Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's B. Avery here for another episode of Just My Opinion. Welcome back to the channel. I really do appreciate it. You know what time it is. We are talking Power, Book 2, Ghost, Chapter 1, Episode 3, titled Play the Game. And I really like the way they use that title, Play the Game, in the episode. I think it stands out heavily. Of course, we're going to be talking about it. If you haven't seen this episode of Power yet, I strongly suggest you turn the video off now because I'm going to be spoiling this episode up, down, left, right, in, and out as if you've already seen it. So you have been warned. And I'll go ahead and say right now that I really did like episode 3. And to me, it got better and better as the episode progressed until the end. Kind of got like a little cliffhanger there. Of course, we're going to be talking about that, but things are getting pretty juicy. But yeah, I did like this episode. I really did like episode 1. Episode 2 was okay, but I can go ahead and say that I like this episode better than episode 2 for sure. I probably liked it more than episode 1. I don't know. I have to think about it, but it was pretty good. But this right here is kind of where we get to see the whole operation of the Tejada family. With dealing with Monet and Tejada in jail, and Dre and Kane's father. And to be honest with you, I was always kind of bashing on Monet's character played by Mary J. Blige, just talking about shit. Her acting is just not the best, and she's kind of annoying to me, and this is corny, etc., etc. But I have to be honest with you, this episode, she's kind of winning me over, her character at least. I'm still not just in love with the acting, but at the same time, I'm liking the character. The character is smart. And we're going to get into it, of course. She's like, look, Tariq is no good, man. It was a mistake that Zeke invited him over here. She's doing all these investigations, trying to find burner phones. It's like, look, man, I got to hold it down. My husband that I love, that my protection. And I don't even know if she still loves her husband. Maybe she just wants to hold on to him because she's getting that protection or whatever. Because, she's having sex with Ramirez on the side. You know what I'm saying? So, she's, but look, it's not her fault. She's trying to make the best opportunity for herself. These are the cards that I've been dealt. I'm in charge. I have some power here. How can I benefit me? Myself the most. And so I don't know, she has all these things going on with her character, and I have to be honest with you, I'm still not on board with the acting, but the character, I'm just like, okay, I can kind of respect that. If I was in your shoes, I would probably want to be handling things the same way. But since we're getting into their whole family business, starting out this episode, we got Dre and Kane, and I gotta be honest with you too, I may be tripping. You can let me know in the comments, but I'm kind of a little annoyed or turned off that they're using similar names from the previous show, like Kanan. And then, we had 2 Drews in this one. The other Drew died. He got set on fire in jail. Now we have another Drew. It may be spelled different, but still. That's just kind of like a little nitpick for me. But anyway, the episode starts out, they just going around collecting their money. Just bags and bags of bands everywhere. Thousands and thousands of dollars, if not millions. I don't know. I wasn't able to count that fast. But I was kind of saying to myself when I was watching, like, y'all are really like out in the open with this, maybe you can do that when you're moving weight to this level. I don't know. I have no experience there, but I'm just kind of saying to myself, damn, can y'all kind of keep it on the low just a little bit? I know y'all got some power, but you don't have all the power. But they go up in there. They kind of got this good cop, bad cop thing with Drew and with Kane. And I like the acting between these two because, they fit the role really well. Kane, not only does he act that way, that he's built that way, but he looks that way. And Drew just doesn't look like he's about that life. But those 2 characters are cool right there so far. And I'm really interested in seeing how they develop further on in the season. And, just another thing with them, you can't control the universe, and just the whole drug gang. You have these people that are under them, these GTG boys, little guap, being stupid and making social media posts like, hey, look at us, how we living over here. We selling drugs and we want to broadcast it to the world. Sit your ass down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just not being smart. So, of course, I understand that how does it like, we got to take care of this. And, I was kind of, when I saw the promo for this and Monet walks in like, y'all got 10 seconds to tell me what the hell is going on. I was like, oh, here come that corny mess from Monet. But actually, when I see it in the full context of the episode, I do like it. I do appreciate it, and they just got to do what they got to do. And, and going forward with Tejada in prison, like, this dude he's just a kingpin. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he got beers, he got guards right there chilling, be playing dominoes and spades and stuff. I think I saw like a refrigerator in the back or something. I don't know how he's keeping his beer cold, but this dude had cell phones and he's able to just do whatever he wants for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the only thing I didn't see was a flat screen and a recliner, you know what I'm saying, an avocado toast, but maybe he's just not into that. It's kind of good if you never had it. But I'm just like, I was really surprised, but I'm like, whoa, like this really, I mean, is he really in prison? You know what I'm saying? You have to have some, I don't know, you got to have a lot of power to be able to do something like that. But, you know, he's the one giving the order like, look, Dre is not built for that. You know, I mean, yeah, Dre is not built for that, but he needs to learn. So send him because I don't want no crazy stuff happening. And of course, we find out, you know, later on, like if they had a descendant that was right in between Dre and Kane, you know, maybe it's going to be Diana. Who knows? But it looks like Monet wants her to stay away from the drug game. Well, Diana wants to go to school. Deanna wants to go to school, and it doesn't seem like Monet wants her to. But I was just kind of seeing like, you know, Dre is not built for the life, but, you know, Kane is too hot-handed. You know what I'm saying? Dre goes in there and just like, you know, hey, guys, if you can just chill out on that, please. You know, you're drawing a little bit too much attention. You know, Kane coming in there, bang, 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 bang. You know, it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. And so, you know, Dre was about to get killed and Kane saved the day. And then both of them was about to get killed. But then Ramirez came and saved the day. And so that just kind of goes back to me saying, like, yeah, you know, Monet's getting this power. She's smashing her husband in prison, making all these conjugal visits, but she also smashing Ramirez, you know, on the outside too. So kind of interesting, you know, relationships that we have between all these people, all these dynamics, but it really is exciting so far. But, you know, let's move on to Tasha real quick. Now, she is still getting on my freaking nerves. She's just like all over the place, like, oh, but I mean, I don't know. It just seems, I'm liking her character worse than I am in the first show. It's just like she had more, it's just like she doesn't have control over her emotions now. Now, you may be saying to yourself, well, Brandon, that's because she's in jail trying to protect her son. That's pretty stressful. Okay, if that's the case, I'll give you that. But I mean, you know, her character has changed, you know, at the very least, but I can't necessarily say that I'm just in love with her right now. Just, I don't know. She's just kind of like just squealing and whining, just like, oh my God, where are we going? I can't go to court like this. It just, I don't know. I mean, Tasha seemed like she would just like really chill. Before, you know, she wants to take a stand, but Paula, you know, Davis was just like, no, I'm not gonna let you do that. And you know, I don't know, Davis was cool in this episode. I kind of liked him more in the first two episodes. I don't know, you know, what it is with me, you know, with him, but you know, he was okay in this episode. I can't say that I was just like, okay, you know, you just did a stand-up job, my dude, you know, great job, but he was just okay. I don't know, that line in the very beginning where he was like, it's not what you, what did he say? It's not the truth. It's what you can prove to a jury or something like that. I was just like, you know, okay, you know, whatever. Now, we all didn't like Tariq in the first show, but he's kind of starting to win me over too. Except, I mean, like, he's doing smart. He's being really smart as far as what I'm saying with Zeke. And also, you know, with the drug game, you know, moving weight and all that stuff. But him in this canonical studies class, I'm like, bruh, like, chill out. You know what I'm saying? You're doing too much. Just do the dang assignment. I read the book. Well, I didn't mean to yell like that. But I don't know. I was just kind of really annoyed, you know, with his demeanor and, you know, and just his tone in the very beginning when he was just talking to the professor. I'm like, you know, I understand you, man, but you're just kind of making it a little bit hard on yourself. But, you know, he's doing his work. We find out later on in the episode that Jabari didn't pass, you know, that it wasn't the professor or the white man that failed him. It was Jabari. And that's just because he wasn't true to himself. And I think he said he wrote either 10 pages or 20 pages. So good for you, Tariq. And I'm glad you're reading and all that stuff. And that is one, again, I just have to say, one of the things I love about the show is the main theme is it's teaching you that living this lifestyle, you only end up dead or in jail. And then, you know, Tariq is being forced to, you know, get an education. That's the only way he can get the fortune, you know, or one of the only, I mean, that ideally that's the way. Other people in the world, in society, have gotten rich without being educated. We all know that, but I think you get my point. But however, since Jabari failed him, I think that will humble Tariq. You know, Jabari gave a good reason as to why he failed Tariq. And I think Tariq can only only respect that or whatever. But let's just talk about Jabari real quick. And I have my notes here, but I'm just jumping all around, but that's okay. Jabari, he had sex with Carrie, with Professor Milligram last time in the office or whatever. And she went to her counselor, just like, she's like, stay away, only talk about work. If you're with him, don't leave the door open. Don't leave the door closed, leave it open. And Jabari was calling her. And, she didn't want to call him back. She was doing other stuff, which is her right. She don't have to call him back, and he's like, but he kicking it with his grad students, you know what I'm saying? And she came on to him pretty strong. At first I was like, is that Milgram right there? But it was no, but it's his grad student. Because at first I was like, okay, who is this? She looks a little bit younger than him. She's cute. She looks good. But, who is she? What's going on here? She's giving him these eyes, like, I want to take your clothes off eyes. And she did exactly that. He was trying to hold firm and just like, I'm good. I think I'm going to go home, read a book, something, make a sandwich, watch some ESPN. But she was like, no, player, what's going on? It's only us in here, and wow, what are the odds that Professor Milgram was coming into the building and goes into our office? I was like, okay, maybe I did not think this was going to happen, guys. I did not think that she was going to hear them having sex. And that sucks. I know. It sucks for her because I know her feelings are hurt. I know she's feeling some type of way, but but we're gonna see how things play out, and I'm very, very interested because even in episode 1, she ended it with him. Okay, she didn't want to deal with him no more. She's the one to go into her counselor talking about, I need to stay away from this dude. And plus she didn't answer his calls. So, the brother is not wrong here. It would be different if he was like, cheating on her, or they went on a couple of dates and he was kind of like leading her on, like, hey, maybe this can work, et cetera, et cetera. But nah, man, she, even though Jabari did not mean to do that, when he finds out, potentially that Milgram knows, he could be like, oh, so you heard us. Maybe you can answer the phone when I call you now. No, I'm being super petty or whatever, but it's not. But it sucks though because deep down we know that she likes him. I don't think, I know she's a sex addict, but and I didn't even pick that up. Y'all pointed that out to me in the comment section, so thank you. And then I was watching like Sharronda and Lamont and everybody else, and I was like, But even though she's a sex addict, I don't think. I think that I think she still has feelings for him. You know what I'm saying? And she's trying to get a hold of herself and really, determine what she wants, and try to draw some type of boundaries, and, they can come down in time. But, it's just kind of unfortunate that, she fell witness onto him, getting it on with another woman, another grad student. So, but hey, it is what it is. Now Lauren, I think she has a little crush on Tariq. So I think on the promos we saw Tariq and Lauren kissing or whatever, but she wasn't here in this episode that much, but that's fine. I still enjoyed the short time she was there. But they're talking in the hallway, and she's just like, "Hey man, you're in college now. You got to play the game." And I think that was the first time we heard her say play the game or whatever. Now that also has to do with Zeke. He has to play the game too. He's not able to play the game because, he can't get his grades right. Now in a couple of episodes before, I was just saying to myself, okay, I feel that Tariq and Zeke are going to have some type of confrontation. And this was the first episode of that. Hopefully it can be squashed, because Tariq is not going to be living with Zeke anymore, and now he's going to be working with the family. So there does not need to be any fighting amongst them at all. If that would disappoint me. Like, if drama is going to happen, I want it to happen because, I still want it to happen if everybody was making smart decisions, not just because they were getting into it over some homework assignments. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not really feeling Zeke right now. He's getting on my damn nerve. Like, I'm starting to not like Zeke almost, well, not as much, but I was going to say as much as I didn't like Tariq in the last show. He's slamming the book down. Hey, man, it's paper due day after tomorrow. Tariq would have been, I would have been like, no, right there and there, but he did later on, and I'm glad. But Zeke, he jacked it up at the press conference. Yes, I'm gonna be back next game. And the coach over there like, you idiot, what are you doing? He beefing with Connor in the bathroom, not in the bathroom, but in the locker room. They made Connor look extra whack too, because he had on his jersey. Everybody else, I guess, was somewhat had a muscular build, so they just had their jersey on, no undershirt. They had him over there with the white undershirt on. I'm like, look at this. I'm about to say something crazy. I'm just like, man, look at this dude right here. He looks like a simp. He needs to go sit down somewhere. Connor's just mad for no dang reason. But of course, I don't like him. His character was designed, not to like anybody. But when Zeke was in that locker room, going at it with him at first, I don't know why he just seemed nervous, but I'm still not liking Zeke. I mean, Tariq had a right to get upset with him later on in the episode when he walks in. And he's playing video games. And he's like, bro, you said you had a bunch of work to do. And, so I'm kind of glad it's like, no, you need to be doing I'll help you, man, but you need to be doing your own work too. You can't just be sitting here lollygagging, playing video games while I'm doing this and doing that, because if I fail, I got to pass too. And if I fail, you fail, and everybody fails. You know what I'm saying? So let's use our brains here. So hopefully Zeke can get out of the stereotype of just a dumb athlete. I mean, and I don't even like to call people dumb, but he's not even trying, you know what I'm saying? So, but now let's just go back to Tasha real quick. She's getting ready for court. I was telling him earlier how she was getting on my nerve because how she was whining and things like that. But she's upset. She's mad. She's screaming all at Davis McLean. What's going on, and I'm wasting my money. But I don't mind what McLean is doing right now, what Davis is doing. I mean, he's just like, look, you're not finna embarrass me again. You're not gonna have me with my ass out there. That's what he said at the very beginning of the episode. So he's trying to do this mock trial right now just to make sure, like, no, we got to make sure this is down packed. Cooper Sacks is not stupid. He's annoying and he's a slimy little weasel, but he's not stupid. He knows your case in and out. He's obsessed. He's dangerous. He's just out of control. So we have to make sure that, our story is airtight. And so that's when we have this mock trial right here. And I think it's a great idea. I also like the fact that Tamika came back. She drilled the hell out of Tasha. You know what I'm saying? But that's good. That's what Tasha needed, to practice or whatever for like the real thing. So I'm like, I'm really feeling all that. Tasha was really convincing at the beginning, though. She's like, crying and, just showing all this emotion and talk. It was a really good line. I really did. And I mean, Tasha was getting on my nerve, but now she's coming around and she shouldn't have smirked at the end of her little performance, a little charade. But yes, and I hated the gun in my maternity dress. And, and I'm just like, I'm like, man, you can't keep it together. Her character is just weaker to me. But again, that may just because she's stressed and, she's in jail, but I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Also, what do y'all think of Braden? Okay. He's coming through right now, able to help Tariq move the weight. I guess Scott was another drug pusher, and I kind of like how they use Epiphany to go in there and mess with them and, chain them up or whatever. And they cleaned up. They cleaned up. I mean, I don't know. Do y'all trust Braden? I don't want to say I do yet, but he is an effective tool right now. It's not like Tariq can just avoid him. So Tariq needs to play it smart and not piss him off. And, so Braden cannot, not have him by the balls. But he's a Weston. He has a lot of power too. So Tariq just really needs to tread softly in this web of underground business that he's woven. He's doing a lot right now with Braden, with the Tejadas, with his mom and Court. So he has a lot on his plate right now. But of course we're gonna have to see how all that plays out. I can't wait. I also forgot to mention that Tasha's trying to make friends with Lala in jail or whatever, and Lala's not having it. I don't know why. That's another thing though. Tasha, she just seemed like she just was so nervous talking to Lala. Like, this life. You know what I'm saying? Like, chill, just relax. You ever like, want to be my friend? I got the pill for you. It's like, I don't know. Lala, like, I don't blame her for, looking like that. And that's when we also see Tejada in jail. He has everybody working for him because he has old dude, taking pictures, snapping pictures. And that's when we saw them playing dominoes at the very beginning of the episode. I also thought the comment from Davis McLean was funny when he was like, hey, Tamika, come work with us, Black Dream Team. and it seemed like he was trying to blackmail Tamika. But I hope they do end up working together. And I think it works out. I think that would be nice. Everybody's just kind of using the tools that they have, at their disposal. So, that's cool right there. I can't complain with that. Now, we also see that Monet is going to jail, like I was talking about those conjugal visits. And that's when we see Tasha, they was getting it on. And Monet is really mad right now because, she's finding out that Deanna wants to go to school. She wanted to go to the pros, and she was like, no, you can't do that, because they only get paid $75,000 a year. If that, I didn't even know that myself, if that's true. But this is really where Monet's character is coming through. I like when she was doing the visit. Old dude stood up, and I like that he admitted, it's like, I wasn't able to take care of you like I was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? At least that's what you have to do. But, for your woman, your family, but, at the very least, he was able to admit it and step up to the plate and be like, hey, I dropped the ball. I'm trying to do something right now. And he's in jail. So, he can only do so much. But, I do like the honesty there. I do like that Monet was standing up to him as well. Just kind of saying like, hey, I'm trying to run this the best I can. And, I don't know. I wonder if he suspects that, she's creeping out on him too. I'm pretty sure she does, but, they have some pretty strict rules, she called him initially talking about Lil Guap, and he's like, hey, babe, is this an emergency? We didn't schedule some call or whatever. And so, while they do have power, of course, there's limits to that. No, but just going back to like Tariq and Zeke, I like the way he checked Zeke like, nah, man, I need a favor right now. And he had Zeke a lot of his aunt Monet that Tariq was gone, so she can go over there like, I need 5 minutes. And Tariq just used the skills that he's learned so far. Just like, look, we need to work together. My mom is in jail. Okay, I'm not trying to keep her in jail. I need some money. The only way I'm going to get money is if I sell drugs. And the only way I'm going to sell drugs is if you are my supplier. You need me because your son is on probation, and, look, we can work together. I was like, dang, this is, and it's not even like he was, putting a gun on her head. It was like, it was just a natural, organic relationship just that he was trying to build. It's like, look, we both need each other. You know what I'm saying? I help you, you help me. I scratch your back, you scratch my back. He wasn't pulling no whole moves, jealous like, oh, you're doing this over here. Well, I want to get in on it. And if you don't let me, then this is what's going to happen. It was just like, nah, this is just how, these are the cards that we've been dealt. Let's put the game together and play the game together. Zeke trying to play the game too. I don't know. I like the title of the episode. It applies a lot. So at the end, I was like, nice. I like how this is coming together. That's dope. She put some ground rules down talking about, hey, y'all can't live together. I respect that. That's smart too. I like the way Monet is thinking. That's why I was saying her character is winning me over. So they get like a house somewhere, Tariq and what's his name, Braden, and they got a little hiding spot right there. And that's where they find out, Tasha gets that call from Tasha talking about, your son works from us. If he don't do what we say, he's going to die. And I'm just like, man, this web right here, everything's connected, and it's dangerous, man. You live this lifestyle, you're going to end up dead on jail, or, somebody going to have you by the balls. So, hey, it's entertaining. I'm liking it so far. It was a good episode. And I cannot wait till next episode. So, guys, that is just my opinion of this episode. Play the Game, Power Book 2, Ghost, Season 1, Episode 3. What did you think about the episode? What do you think about my breakdown, my reaction, my recap, review, whatever you want to call it? Who is your favorite character so far? Who is your least favorite character so far? Do you have a favorite moment in the episode? Did something piss you off like, oh, you dirty son of a bee, why did you do that? You're messing up everything. Just let me know how you feel about the whole episode. Spoil everything down below. But guys, if you liked the video, please go ahead and give me that thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel. Please help me reach 30,000 subscribers. I would appreciate it. And look me up on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Right there at the bottom of your screen. Got links down in the pinned comments and description box. Also go check out Lamont's channel. He's going to be, I think he talks about Power 2, Sharronda as well with Pair Weight. And guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget to always chase your dreams, because I'm chasing mine. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.